Right then, what's happening? We're back home. Well, I'm back home. Sunny Port Talbot. Lovely, lovely evening down the beach. Make a bit of a change from London. So here we have a success story, creative success story with Dan, who's just been in the program a couple of months, handful of weeks. You know what I mean? So he's smashed it. He's absolutely smashed it. He's listened to everything that he needs to do, and he's just applied it. He's implemented it. He's done an astoundingly good job. And the biggest thing, regardless of the numbers you see in these thumbnails, Dan did this, did that in terms of earned this amount of money. Obviously, those are impressive numbers. He's done really well. But the most important thing, right, is the mindset shift. That's everything. That's what we're massive on within the community, and it's so lovely to be able to see that and be just a small tool in helping Dan change his trajectory and how he looks at his trajectory and what he's mapping out the future now with this new adopted mindset, which is quality. And that's what it's all about. Because as creatives, we've got the ability to really change businesses and transform how businesses work and alter how they see their potential as well. So that's a big mindset, and Dan, you're going to hear all about it in a sec. So I've tried not to. There goes my hood. I've tried not to edit it down too much because it's a pretty long chat, but I just left in all the good bits. So hope you enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying this fine sunset. All right then. So this is our creative Dan, who has made some massive progress inside the four creatives community. Done a spectacular job so far. He jumped in start of February. We're now at the end of March, and he's just made huge progress within that time. And came in for whatever reason, which I'm sure he'll explain in a sec. And yeah, like I said, he's made huge progress. So we're going to chat about how he's succeeded in the program and his experience. So again, mate, the floor is yours. Do you want to kick us off and introduce yourself?
Cool. So yeah, my name's Dan. I've been in this industry for 7 years. Kind of got pushed into it from a well-known fitness company who I won't mention. And basically, I was their videographer. I was the CEO's personal videographer, and from filming all around Europe and stuff like that, before my contract officially started, I got the boot basically. Got a new car to go to the premises every day and all that, and left my full-time job. So it was very much sink or swim. So I got stuck in with the fitness industry, bodybuilders, stuff like that. Started doing weddings, and quite literally just built a portfolio up. And 7 years deep, yeah, it's still going.
Stuff, mate. Love it. And then, so 7 years later, we get to, obviously we're 2025 now. You and I first had a chat in January. So you could tell us a bit could you tell us a bit about where you were like before joining the program, and then what inspired you to jump in?
Yeah, so the around the time I was talking to you initially was when a long-standing client of mine were having the debate of going full time or carry on freelance. Obviously, I wanted them to stay freelance because obviously it would give me work. They offered me the full-time position, but the full-time position was something like 35K, I think the top end of it was, which obviously, as a freelancer, you can earn much more than 35K. So it was a bit of a no-brainer for me to ignore that. So it was about trying to make them see the benefit in me, why they should choose me over a freelancer. And I'd wanted to have a coach, a mentor, and I looked at it before and I got mugged off. And I guess the algorithm worked as magic because it knew that I was on the lookout for a creative coach. And yeah, literally got chatting to you. I saw your stuff and I was very skeptical because you see so much like rubbish online. Oh,
Certainly do, mate.
I can turn your business around. I can make you have like six-figure income a month or whatever. So I recently as well, I've just started a family. So me and my wife have got a little boy. So any kind of business mentorship I did or anything like that, anything I looked into was quite it was important to me to like be able to discuss it with my wife and stuff because obviously like joint income and whatnot. So yeah, we spoke about it and you were by far the most like, I don't know what the word is, relatable person out there that was doing this kind of thing. And I didn't get any red flags from you. I didn't think that one, you're trying to just sell this course to get my money. I saw like the information that had on offer was relatable, and from that moment on, it was like, yeah, this is like this guy. is the right guy for me. So yeah, that's where it kind of went in. The reason I got involved, as said, was because of that client originally. They were looking to go full time, and I was panicking. I was in a state of um, this is my main client, and I'm getting around 27 to 30 grand a year from them. But they were the ones that were keeping me the busiest. And then obviously it was just picking up with other bookings and stuff. So I thought I'm going to lose probably about 40% of my income here. So I need to do something about it. So for the sake of spending what I spent on joining the course, it was a no-brainer that it will hopefully reap rewards. And from our first initial call, my wife heard it all in the room next to me looking after a boy. And yeah, I went into the room and she said, why haven't you signed up already? So which was very different to the call that she heard previously from another guy. So yeah, that's kind of happy wife, happy life, go on that. And she was right, man. She made the right call. And yeah, I've literally not looked back.
Awesome, mate. Well, it's great to hear that. That's class, by the way. I didn't actually know that about your wife making most of that decision for you and
Yeah,
listening to our
yeah, yeah.
conversations. That's
Yeah,
quality.
she literally walked in, man, and she was like, I'd have thought you signed up straight away. And I was like, oh, so you like what you heard then? She's like, yeah, yeah. So
Oh, great. I'm really glad, man. Really glad you jumped in. Obviously, we're sitting here talking about your success story. So, I mean, it was obviously the right move for both of
yes,
us.
mate,
But like
100%.
you said, I could easily like open the door to anyone and just get flooded with people and try and get everybody in and pay in. But that's not why I started it. Obviously, it's a business. It's got to make money. But at the same time, um, as you know from the experience you've had, and we'll chat about that in a sec, there's there's high quality creatives in there, and then that means I make sure I prompt the right conversations to happen
Hmm.
and make sure everybody else does. But we're talking about valuable things, and it's worth people's time showing up to the calls, the group calls, the one-to-ones, and
Yeah.
like people are getting stuff from it, and that all starts from it being a community of good quality creatives. So hence why the sort of signing up process is like the first call. It's not like trying to sell it to you so you can come through. It's like, is this aligning for us both? If it is, let's go, let's do it. You know,
But it's
fuck
all
it, let's.
it's that as well, dude. But it's also the fact of I mentioned the other call again. And I don't know if you want to include this or not, but when I jumped in on a call with the other guy, and he posts all these Instagram stories of I can. It's all about I can get you all these leads, blah blah blah. All this bullshit, and I was vulnerable, so I fell into it. And then I signed up to him, knowing who he is from his online persona and presence. Jumped onto like an onboarding call, and it was on WhatsApp, and this guy's profile picture, he looked like immature and stuff, and he was putting some goofy face. I'm a 30-year-old man, and I was being schooled by this kid that has thinks he can do this thing, and this whole time, mate, he was just basically saying, "So why do you think you're failing? Why do you think you're doing this?" And just making me feel really shit about myself. And then on the contrary, like your call, like I was talking to you, the person who leads the call, the person who I've seen the Instagram posts off and stuff. So straight away, I felt a bit at home at that. You're also in my industry, you've worked and done very well for yourself. And it was just, yeah, it was a complete no-brainer for, the two, it was black and white in color. And it was like, this is so obvious who I'm going to give my money towards. And the other guy as well. I'm still trying to get my money back from it. But basically, they said, look, you don't have to. Callum says that there's no obligation to leave any money to reserve your space in this course. This guy, let's call him Ed. I can't remember what his name was, but Ed was like, so just to secure your place in the call, we would appreciate that you left anything from £10 to 100, no, £1 to £100. So I'm like, okay, I'll leave £1. He said, would you want to leave any money today to sign up to this course? I was like, yeah, can do. And he was like, do you want to give the full 100? Being in a state of like, again, feeling worthless because I've just had this awful call from this guy. I was like, oh, yeah, fine, fine. Gave him 100 quid. Like, who the fuck does that? Sorry for swearing if you can use this,
That's all right.
but yeah, who does that? And yeah, it was an awful, awful experience. Made to feel completely stupid. Again, contrary, everything you said was relatable. Saying stuff that I can be on the same level with, and you're talking about other creatives of creatives that I know and stuff like that, and it was yeah, it was a genuine no-brainer.
I know what you mean, mate. There's plenty of those people out there in this online space. And again, just to mirror that back to you, like when I decided to do, have a consultancy approach to this and help other creatives in what is a historically difficult industry, as we know, um, I was really apprehensive about the whole Instagram model because
Mhm.
we all know what it's like. Coaches on Instagram, it's got
Yeah.
we know what it's like. You just explained us what your experience was like. So I'm apprehensive. So it's really important to me when I first started it, right, I need to get these results properly, not really earn any money doing it. I need to get proper results with real creatives, show that this works, and then we can go from there. And it's not that hard to sniff out a cowboy these days in this space. But yeah, bit of a shit experience, but at least you went for the right one in the end, mate.
Yes, mate, we got there in the end.
All right, mate. Well, next up then, can you tell me about any like recent deals you've had and what you probably would have how you would have approached it before, maybe what you would have charged before, and how the process would have gone compared to how the process went, having now been in the program for, a matter of weeks, I suppose.
Yeah, so I guess my experience with this has been phenomenal, because you put a message on the Slack group about low-hanging fruits, and I had absolutely no idea what a low-hanging fruit was. Anyway, through pure curiosity, obviously went into the link and learned about it, and you made a slide or a few slides on it and stuff. So read it, and I just thought, okay, we had a one-to-one the following day, and I mentioned to you about it, and you said just reach out to some. Previously, I would never reach out to any old clients. I literally my business model was word of mouth and sit and wait for clients to come to me. Um, Other than that, in terms of me getting business, was literally people would put on Facebook and stuff looking for a videographer, and I'd get tagged in it and stuff like that. So this new approach, this low hanging fruit approach, was very new to me. But again, before I wouldn't have any kind of discovery call with them. It would either be a few emails, they tell me that they want this video, and get that sorted. I haven't even finished the training yet, and I think that's really important to say because my knowledge and my experience of my success is only from like two modules, and the rest is purely from the group calls and jumping on and one-to-ones with yourself and stuff. So my process now is for those low-hanging fruits, it's obviously I know what I've created from before. Now I will go into their website. I'll give their website a video audit. So I'll just identify areas of their website and their business that I think could benefit from future video and how video can help them. And it's even little things. So don't even think about the stuff that I can see on surface level. Like I think of training videos for staff, testimonials that can be sent out and stuff like that. So it's not everything that can be seen. And it's just all these things. And again, that is just coming from our one-to-ones and like group conversations of what other people have done as well. So gone from being given one brief and creating one video from it to now reaching out to previous clients. And this last month in March alone, I have landed myself a 16,000 pounds from two deals, which is mad, and it puts a massive smile on my face because they would never have been there before, and that was purely from just asking questions, having a discovery call, and it seems so simple, um, and it is so simple, but without having like the guidance and the right things to say from, I'm not even gonna say yourself, Reese, but from the other creators in the group as well, mate. Like it's like a gold mine of knowledge. Everyone in there has their own like expertise and stuff like that, and it's just yeah, it's an absolute gold mine. Found out companies' pain points, found out what their wishes and wants were, sorted some testimonials out, and I think we're doing some staff videos as well. And threw in a random retainer that I didn't even think they go for £500 a month. And it's about being smart. So I haven't got to go out and film all those retainers. I'm filming them on our filming days, included in the initial cost. So yeah, it's only £500 a month, but over the course of a year, that's a lot of money. It's 6 grand, if my maths is correct. That is correct.
Yeah, you got it right.
So it's they would have originally been £1,000 deals. So to go from £1,000 deals into £16,000, they're the big ones that come in, and then outside of that, when people are approaching for future video content, it isn't just drop my business page now. It's okay, perfect. Let's jump on a call. We can explore things for you. And I mean, I know you're very big on it, but always get someone on a call and get a decision maker there as well. And that has been so important to me because again, before I'd have maybe an email or maybe it would be a call, but it wouldn't be with the person that can make the decision. Now that I'm putting myself in front of those people that make the decision, it's it's a game changer because one, you're getting on their side. They can see your personality and they can see you and they're investing in you. But two, ultimately, they're the people that say yes or no, right? So if I can get on their side, and I like to think that I'm a good talker and I can charm people and stuff. Um, it's a bit of human psychology and stuff that again seems so obvious, but unless you're like, unless it's like reminded to you, like you just completely forget about it and you just think, okay, these guys want a video. What can I do for them? I do so much more than that now, and it's offering them um, so many different avenues of income, but also just ways that you can help them out. Video is such a versatile tool which I never thought of, um, and it can help in so many different ways. Other than we need a video, okay, let's see where else you can use a video from. And yeah, that single-handedly has. I mean, I've been in the program since like February. In well, the first deal paid for itself. I've paid for this course three, four, five times over within 2 months. Genuinely, I am shocked at how much the approach of the way I just talk to people has changed things. And the biggest thing, I know I've mentioned my wife already on this call, because she's on maternity leave at the moment. Whenever I'm on these calls, she's normally in the room behind me, changing our baby's nappy or something. Um, she has said the difference that I now talk to my clients is so noticeable, and I sound so much more professional. I sound like an expert in my field, and that's purely by asking questions and just offering solutions. And that's literally it. My skill has changed, stayed the same. I'm still the same videographer I was 3 months ago, but my business head and my expertise is, you know, in terms of getting business is just tenfold grown. It's ridiculous, mate.
Amazing, mate. It's so nice to hear, like, because it's again, like I said earlier, it's a historically difficult field to navigate. It can be. So to hear that difference just from a handful of weeks in this program is that's what it's all about. That's why I started this thing, like,
Hmm.
um, and yeah, and I often find myself coming back to. I say this almost every day, and you've heard me say it before. The whole world is like this now. Looking at a screen, our screen time. Apparently, the average person screen time is like 8 hours a day. Obviously, that's inclusive of laptops and computers, but everyone's watching videos, and that's the bottom line. And it's like,
Hmm.
I haven't come up with some magic formula here. It's the bottom line is that is the world we live in. Like when I started videography in like 2009 or 10 or whenever it was, that wasn't what the world was like. I just,
No.
I did it because I loved it. But it just so happens that the stuff that we enjoy doing and decided to make a living out of is now a very lucrative thing to be able to do in today's world. It's just aligned like that. So because of that fact that everyone's looking at a screen all the time, it's not massively difficult to guide the consumer along towards the sale with the right approach. And obviously you can like dot this video here, that video there, this video here towards that. But again, it's about understanding how to do that, how to align with the audience's emotions to guide them towards that sale. And that's the approach. And a lot of the time, a lot of the times clients will see other people's videos or maybe their competitors' videos, and they're like, right, I want that. I'm gonna call this videographer up and then we're gonna do this. And it's like, hold on. What I try and get you guys to really see is to adopt the mindset of, right, I'm the creative. Okay, they might have an idea, but what they've seen in somebody else's work is one video as part of a broader strategy. They don't see the broader strategy, they see the one video. So they might come to you and say, I want this, this, and this. And again, to come back around to like the psychology of it, like you just mentioned, it's like, I'm going to take the wheel here and say, right, okay, we can do this, but is it going to get you to wherever we want to get to? And why do you think it will? And instead of that, it's okay, let's rewind a few steps. Let's have a chat about the goals first. Then I can apply my strategy. Um, and I think like having that broader mindset, that's the biggest mindset switch I've seen in you is understanding that broader strategy and understanding how you can actually help them. Because, like I said, because everybody's like this watching videos, let's capitalize on that.
Yeah.
Let's build out a strategy and let's really help them because we're able to do that now. And I think that's for me, that's what I've seen in you is that that's the biggest mindset shift. Like, would you agree with that? Or is there any other mindset shifts you feel like you've had?
Yeah, I mean, I forgot to use that term earlier, strategy, but that is I've gone from becoming being a videographer to becoming a video strategist. Um, I very much see a videographer as someone that offers like a one video per project thing. Oh, we need a videographer for this project to capture the event. Whereas actually now, as a video strategist, I can go in, I can sort their solutions. As you said, it's taken they come to you and they say, well, they want this, but actually let's bring it back. Let's break things down. Let's find your struggles. Let's find your pay points. Let's realize why you want this video, because there might be other options, other avenues that we can create some video content that fit within that. And then it's an open discussion. And okay, so we've helped you with video here. What's taking up your time? Okay, you're a person that runs a business that's got loads of staff that you need to train, so maybe you can't put all your eggs into that basket because you're training staff. Okay, why don't we create a video for you that explains everything that you do in person, but without you being there? Then your time's freed up, and it's freeing up their time, and it's just making their life easier for them. And more people, as you said, are getting behind it because we are spending so much time on our phones and stuff watching all this content. Actually, why don't you make the content that's useful? And yeah, it's a game changer.
And there's a lot of shit content out there as well. And like people think there's some clients, like sometimes it can take some convincing to be like, look, you can invest this in this, but if you invest that in that,
Yeah.
then this is more of a strategy. And like it's about leaning into that as well. And obviously seeing grasp the actual impact you can make with the skill set that you've built over these 7 years, like is quality, mate. It's like obviously it's great for you, and it's obviously you feel amazing, obviously being able to make those realizations. But yeah, it's lovely to see from my end as well. So good stuff all around, man. Definitely.
Yeah, I just want to add something to that as well. Like, this isn't like, I don't think this works for everyone, because as a videographer, what I've traditionally, my clients are those clients that want these one-time videos and stuff like that. Dan, we need you for a shoot here. Dan, we need you for a shoot there. Now, if I was to jump onto a video strategy call with some of those clients, it would be a waste of time because of the kind of offering that they're offering and stuff like that. So it's this has given me not only the knowledge to be able to be a video strategist and go in and offer those kind of solutions, but also knowing when to just take the job and knowing actually when to now is the time to dive into video strategy. Because as I said to you earlier, like March has been like 16 grand worth of bookings, but from video strategy calls and stuff, but also just from day rates of shooting and stuff like that. Like it's been like a 20, 22, 23 grand month with other stuff built in as well. But before, I would have just had that one source of income. Whereas now, like, I've got my bread and butter, which is being a videographer day rate kind of thing. But also now with the skill set of knowing to go into businesses and stuff, like I've now learned a way that I can scale my business. And it's now I'm not just going to be a videographer. I can also become a video strategist and look at DJ Productions, my business, growing into something bigger, like an agency where I can spend the time jumping on video strategy calls with other businesses and seeing, all their problems. But I could also now look at hiring, not right now, but this is forward thinking. Look at hiring someone that can come in and just do the day-to-day stuff, the bread and butters, as I call it. Down we need you for this shoot, down we need you for that shoot. And it's I think this is really, really it played on my mind massively. When I first started this call Reese, I told you that I wanted to get some money behind me to become a pilot. And that was because having earned good money as a videographer, I was I was like scared to go back and not earn good money. So I was like, okay, what's an industry that can, help me earn good money? What do I like doing? I love planes. I've done a bit of flying. I'd love to be a pilot. Now, the reason I thought of that was because I thought there was a roof on being a videographer. I was like, I can't run around being a 40-year-old videographer. Like there's people that are 18 straight out of college and stuff doing this. But now I'm not seeing myself as that. I'm seeing myself as a video strategist, and I see this as way more than like a full like I'll be 40. I won't be 40 when I start. I can be much older because I can again look at creating a team, look at creating a business around offering video strategy and stuff. Like I used to see a roof, and now I don't see that at all. And I just think that as long as you're putting yourself in front of the right people and talking to the right people, you say it all the time. There's so many fish, and there's plenty more fish in the sea, right? And there really is. And there's some absolute waffle out there that you won't want to touch at all. But again, through this process, you learn that you talk to people and you find out who these people are. Um, but don't be that I can talk to myself now as like a 5 years ago. Don't be just a videographer. Learn the strategy of it, learn how you can offer help to these people and stuff, and you'll do yourself so much justice. And yeah, that is literally down to Fort Creatives.
Amazing, man. And yeah, and if anybody watching this does want to learn that, you know where to come.
There we go. There we go.
uh, all right, mate. Well, honestly, Dan, this has been awesome to hear it. Like, obviously, we've had a chat earlier over the DMs, and we've touched upon like your progress. But to actually have this chat, face to face, almost, I suppose, over a screen, but still, is mate, absolutely class to hear it. I'm over the moon for you, mate. I'm really, really happy I was able to be just a tool in that process. Like, it's down to you, mate. You did the work. You got on the calls. You applied everything you were told, and you just got on with it and did the work. And it's down to you, mate. We were just a tool in that process. So honestly, mate, well done and congrats. Like, um, I think just before we jump off, do you think is there anything you say to anyone watching this? And I suppose you already have done that in the last thing you said, but in like a similar position to you before you joined, who's thinking of jumping in?
Yeah, for me, just I wish I did this 5 years ago. Before this even Fort Creators was even a thing, I wish I did this. It's changed my whole mindset into what I thought this business could be. Uh, Being quite scared and thinking I need a way out of this industry because I saw a cap, a roof, and quite saturated. I now see it as actually there is so much work out there. There's so much content that people need, and there's so much content to be created. Put yourself in front of the right people by applying the skills that you can learn in this course and become part of this community and just thrive in it and help others as well. That's what this is all about. Yes, you're going to do well because you're going to put to practice all the stuff that you learn, but also like help the other people along the way. And there's some cool people in this course, and Reese is there like every step of the way. Genuinely, like if you need a one-to-one to chat about a proposal that you're doing, like he will just give your time for it. And that's a testament to you, man. Like it's reassuring to know that if I'm struggling, if I've got something coming up that I'm struggling on how to price or how to approach, and I know that I can just jump on your calendar links, put in a call, and we can break it down step by step, and you can literally give me all the ammunition that I need to go into a call to land a 5, 10, 15,000 pound deal. And yeah, I know it's no skin off your back, and you're happy to do it. And I think everyone that's in the group can also say the same. So if there is anyone thinking of joining this call, yes, obviously it's an investment for yourself, but it's a no-brainer. Within the first deal, I made it back.
Amazing. Love it, man. And again, I'm just over the moon for you, mate. I really am. It's like the way we always, as you know, on our calls, we always talk about thinking about things abundantly. The mindset's everything. Like thinking about what can I do for this client? How can I add value to this client? And then get paid more for it, so they're adding value to me. And then the more value I add to their business, the more doors open for them, the more doors open for the people within that business. And like zoom out and look at the broader spectrum
Hmm.
of what we're doing. And we're able to do those abundant things. Like, and again, I say this, like this isn't some what's the word? This isn't some like woo-woo manifestation course or nothing like that. But at the same time, being positive is everything, and it's just about and we all go like that. We're all human beings, but it's just about checking in, showing up, and making sure we have those conversations. And yeah, man, it's been awesome to see your progress, and long may it continue, mate. Long may it continue because, like you said, you've got new goals now. If you want to build out a team, maybe we can do another one of these in 6 months' time once you've done that, or maybe in
Hmm.
12 months' time, whatever, and we can just keep you can keep growing and keep following the process. And yeah, sky's the limit, mate.
Genuinely is, man. It genuinely is. And I want to make sure that this, like before, was a goal of, I think you said 5 grand in a month, in like 3 months, and then like in 6 months, 10 grand. Like I want to set myself a target. I want to do 100 grand a year. Um, and I think it's achievable. Um, I need to do 100 grand a year as well because I'm paying for an extension. So yeah.
Yeah, you'll do it, mate. I've just now you've mentioned that I've just pulled up our notes because I keep notes with everybody about
Yeah.
our from our first call, like the
Yeah.
discovery call, or onboarding, and then the one-to-ones. And if you said so, goals were 10K plus per month when you started, and I mean you've done that already, but at the same time, mate, you know that is just your that's just the first goal, and it'll only go higher from there. So. Happy days, Dan, mate. Thank you so much for your time. And again, over the moon to you about your progress. And again, mate, long may it continue.
Pleasure, man. Nice one. I hope it was useful for you, dude.
Thank you, mate. All right, then. So there we go. There's Dan's interview. So the reason I put these things up is just to show what is available to people who it's suitable for, the whole program, the whole community, and see if there's anybody else out there who would get value from being in for creatives. I'm sure there's a lot of people who would get that value. We don't open the doors up to everyone. We open them up to people who've got a bit of experience, like Dan. He's obviously got 7 years. You don't need all that, but at least got a couple of paying clients through the door. So if it does, you think it might make sense for you, there's a link in the description below. Book a little call with one of the guys from our team. We'll have a chat with you, see if it makes sense, see if it aligns for you as much as it might for us. And if it does, there we go, doors open, and we can chat about the next steps. But I'll leave it at that. Water's coming in about soak me. And thank you for watching if you made it this far, and I'll catch you in the next one.